everyone. Welcome back. Today, I want to tell an embarrassing story because, frankly, I don't care. This happened eons ago, and yeah, I just don't care. So, when I was in elementary school, I would have been about, we're talking second grade. Yeah, second grade. So, I'm in school, and back then we had computer time. And so what that meant was if you did a good job on your homework or whatever type of work you had, you got to play on the computer. And on these computers, there were games. There was an acquired set of games, or is that the right word? There was a number of games that you could play on there, all different kinds of games, and everybody jumped to get a chance to getting on the computer. So one day I'm in class, I get my work done, and I remember sitting there and, we're talking about something boring, but, I always wanted to do good so I can get on the computer because computer time was excellent. So just know that. But, I'm sitting there and, the teacher, she's going through all of her, all of her stuff or whatever, whatnot. And, and she selects this time because everybody did such a good job on getting their work that she handpicks who got to use the computer. And on this occasion, I got to be picked. And normally, it wasn't a thing where there was competition. You just got to get on the computer if you did a good job. And there were about 8 computers in there. But it was even more special at this point to get a slot on the computer. And I was granted that slot. It was like me and like 3 other kids maybe. But before that happened, I had to go to the bathroom. Like really bad. And not number 2, like number 1. And this is before I even got on the computer. And, because of the occasion of being so special, because of the computer time and really wanting to get on there and being handpicked this time, I was not going to give up my opportunity. So, I'm like 7 years old. So I'm like, screw this. Like, I got to go to the bathroom so bad, but I'm getting on the computer. So sure enough, I jump on the thing and I'm playing my game. I'm playing this Western game, not really relevant to the story, but I'm playing a number of games. And, I play that one. I'm on there for maybe, I don't know, an hour maybe. And as I'm playing, it's just getting worse and worse. I'm just having to go to the bathroom more and more. And I'm kind of rocking around, like just trying to, just being a kid and being stubborn and not wanting to get up. And I'm just kind of fighting my way through the urge of having to go to the bathroom. And so I keep playing this game, and like a kid, when you're locked in to your focus, you just want to keep going. And that's kind of like where I was at that point. I was just so focused on what I was doing. Again, I'm a little kid, so I'm just playing this game. It's got me completely locked on. Well, I don't know, some time goes by and it's just getting worse. The pains are getting worse. I'm having to go to the bathroom even worse. And I'm just telling myself, like inside my head, like, just stick it out a little bit more. I mean, you got handpicked this time to get on the computer, so it's extra special. And so I'm doing my thing. I'm playing my game. I'm associating to the people next to me. We feel like we're on cloud 9, that out of the whole class of maybe 20 students or whatever, that we were the lucky ones to be sitting at the computer and be able to play whatever game we wanted. So, I'm just having fun, being a kid, doing my thing. And as time passes even more and more, I start sweating because it's that bad. Like now I have to go to the bathroom so much worse than when from where I was 15-20 minutes prior. And I distinctively remember looking at the clock and seeing that, oh, we still have like 30 minutes left of this class. And again, I'm just like, all right, whatever, let me get back to it. And I'm fighting through it. And I mean, at this point, I had to go to the bathroom so dang bad. I was grabbing myself. I was doing the old pinch. And I don't know how I was still able to play on had the keyboard playing the game or whatever. And you got to use a mouse for certain games as well. So I'm pretty sure at this point, I'm like alternating hands and I'm fighting through it. And when you have to go to the bathroom really, really, really bad, it's just the worst feeling ever. You feel like sometimes your appendix is gonna burst or something. And so I'm just fighting through it. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I got 30 minutes. Let's make this 30 minutes count. And then I can go to the bathroom. Terrible decision. I keep going, playing my game, focused. I started sweating profusely now because it's really getting to me. It's physically tearing me down, and even mentally. Now I'm starting to lose focus. Now I'm really focused on the fact that I have to go to the bathroom. But being a stubborn 7-year-old kid, I'm like, I'm not giving this up. Like, there's no way I'm giving this up, because I know that once I go to the bathroom, it's fair game. And that's what the teacher said. If you guys get up and you do something else, another student is allowed to take your place. It's only fair. Even though I was granted a slot. So at this point, I'm like tapping my feet around. I'm moving like this, like my whole body. And again, this is so long ago, so I remember bits and pieces, but I don't remember how I was playing the game. And again, I continue on playing. Well, maybe 10 minutes left of the class. I'm playing, and all of a sudden, this overwhelming feeling comes over me, and I jolt up from my chair and push my seat back, and I turn to the teacher, and I take about 5 steps forward to the teacher, and I look at her dead in the eyes like a deer in the headlights, and before I can say anything, I just start peeing my pants. Yeah, right there in the middle of class. I'm stood up, I'm facing the teacher's looking at me. She's kind of assessing the situation, because as I'm peeing, you can hear it, and it's silent. So you can hear the sound of my pee hitting the inside of my pants, and pee was coming all the way down my pants and onto my shoe and out onto the floor. And I froze, and I'm literally like locked eyes with the teacher, just not knowing what to say, completely disabled, unable to move. I'm frankly in shock. I'm relieved at the same time though, because I'm now going. But like a statue, I'm just staring at her, and I'm peeing. I'm relieving myself. And the minute I'm done relieving myself, she had already figured everything out just by my face. And obviously because of the noises and seeing what happened. But something told me that she didn't quite know what was happening right in the few 5 seconds, because it happened so quick. But that moment in itself felt like an eternity, because I just felt like all eyes were on me. Like I just felt that presence, I'm in the middle of the class whizzing myself. All these kids are around me, and I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. And so anyway, I finish peeing, and my eyes start to well up. I can feel it, because I was so embarrassed, and I started crying. And I immediately walked out of the room, like ran out of the room afterwards, and the teacher came like running behind me basically. And she, like, I don't know how, again, this happened so long ago, so I don't know how much of it was actually on the floor or if that actually really did happen. I know that the pee like caught my what do you call it, my pants or whatever, but I'm sure some of it came out. But anyway, I immediately leave the class. She comes running behind me. She shuts the door and she pulls me aside. She goes, did we have an accident? And I was like, I do. Tears are streaming down my face. I'm so embarrassed by it. And I just shake my head like, yes, like, I'm sorry, but I just peed myself. And the embarrassment doesn't end there, because she takes me to the nurse's office and they strip my pants off me. They put gloves on, whatever. They take my pants off, socks, shoes, all that. I think that was all wet. They had to give me new socks. I believe my shoes were okay, but I had to get new socks, and they gave me sweatpants. And these sweatpants were like purple pants. And here's the thing about the sweatpants. People know when you get this certain pair of sweatpants, what happened. These were the piss yourself sweatpants. These are the sweatpants reserved for kids if they have some type of accident. So everybody knew by me wearing these purple sweatpants that I had peed myself. So it wasn't just a matter of wearing sweatpants. I mean, hell, I think I wore sweatpants quite a bit as a kid in public. But anyway, these deep purple sweatpants that I had to wear. I think they threw my socks out. I don't know. I don't remember. I know they put them in a bag or whatever and tied them up. But yeah, I had to wear these purple sweatpants for the rest of the day. And this was only maybe a little sometime after the morning or whatever. So I had a whole school day to go through. And I'm wearing these purple sweats that everybody knows why I'm wearing them. So that was a pretty embarrassing moment for me. Yeah, traumatic. But I mean, now I can look back and I can laugh on it. And I've told this story to several of my friends. I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. At the time, it was super embarrassing. And I would want to bury that situation, you know? I didn't want the word to get out. But evidently, because I had the purple sweatpants, everybody knew what they were for. So, yeah. That was an embarrassing story that took place when I was in elementary school, and it sucked. What's this? Is it wrong for me to want to be absolutely dominated by a goth girl with a mommy voice? What an interesting question. This is from IHOP. I hope this actually isn't from IHOP, but if it is, it's kind of funny that IHOP is saying something like that. I would like to think that this is probably just a fan, somebody that's a fan of IHOP. All right, that was my embarrassing story that I wanted to tell. I'll do a Q&A another day. It looks like there's not many people in here. All right, guys, that was my story. I wanted to tell it. See you next time. All right, peace.